What is up, everybody? I'm No Lux Given, and today I am recording. That was not an April Fool's prank. I mean, it was a prank on myself. It wasn't there. You actually aren't going to see that video. I don't want anybody to think. I don't think anybody did think that that was like part of the prank, and I actually did have the video and I was just pretending that I didn't because it was such a sweet game. I really did just forget to press record in my last one if you didn't check out Saturday's video. But now it is officially April 1st, and that means there is a brand new season of Storybook Brawl. So we are back down to 3,000 rating, and we got to climb up again. We just got to do it. It's got to be done. So we've got 4 pretty cool choices for a hero here: the Fates, Skip, the Sphinx, and the Cursed King. All 4 heroes have the word "the" in the name. Skip, the Time Skipper. The Fates, the Sphinx, the Cursed King. I'm just gonna I did this last season. I didn't actually make a selection. I just let the game decide whichever hero you say I'm gonna play, and that is going to set the pace for the rest of the season here. And that's gonna start off with the Sphinx with a Shrink Drink in the very first shop, which is, I think, the best thing that you can get other than Genie's Wish into Shrink Drink, which is just obviously like insane. But I guess it's because you would never cast the Genie's Wish there, right? Yeah, you probably never cast it. I mean, it actually does work out a decent amount of the time. If you cast a Genie's Wish and don't have any characters, then it can't cast Magic Research for you, so you're going to get either Roll the Die, which is the one troll, or you're going to get, I'm sorry, not Roll the Die, Free Roll, which is the one troll, or you're going to get Roll the Die, Shrink Drink, or Forbidden Fruit, which is just basically a break even. And thus, it's totally fine. So this is interesting because I like Sherwood Shore Shop plus Lonely Prince, and honestly, I probably like them enough to lock onto. The question becomes, do we like picking them up enough that we go for the 4 glory, like selling off either the Baby Root or the Crafty? Maybe. It's a little bit cheeky, but we could potentially get away with it. We are going to get away with a draw here, which is nice, and then, oh, geesh. Well, we could just pick up some more pairs as well. Trying to think of like the real benefit of the tier 2 treasures on the Sphinx. It's really the tier 3s that you really want, which is why the 4 glory on the level up is actually so good. All right, I'm gonna go for this. And excuse me. Just trying to catch my breath there. Casting spells on the Sphinx is obviously good because then it just means we can cast them again later on. But I think this is a strong enough board that we should be able to win this 4 glory. Baby Root going down is actually a huge bummer, and we're going to have to contest with this Humpty Dumpty, but we actually still walk away with the 4 glory and cracking my opponent's egg. So really good stuff there. Let's see what tier 3 character we get after this. That is going to give us a free stag. That is quite good. That is quite good indeed. Now we could like double support the stag potentially. It's kind of tough. Kind of tough because I want to, I don't know, maybe I do something like this. Kind of weird. I'm gonna roll and see if I can find a spell that's relevant. I actually really like the Sugar and Spice plus the Sleeping Princess, but ultimately I think I just lock onto a Good Witch here. Maybe I'll pick up the Sleeping Princess. Maybe a free Sugar and Spice will appear in the shop for us. But I think that I'm still pretty happy to play this stag. It's a little bit of a weird layout here. There's no way you can't double support the stag and also have the stag pump up some sure shots, so that's just always going to be awkward. I do kind of like Princess White just as a means to pursue tier 3 treasures, but it's not a great way to do it. And then the other thing that I am now considering is the fact that we could play a sleeping princess. I don't know. This probably isn't right to drag the sleeping princess right over here. So I don't think I'm going to go for that. I think I might go for something like this. But I have to decide if this or this is better. And it might be this configuration. And I just roll. I don't hate playing True Love's Kiss on the Sphinx because then future ones are free. But I don't have a great place to cast it either, because I want everything else that I have. I could throw Beauty's Influence in here. Could also grab a Prized Pig. Maybe that's pretty good. Okay, I like Prized Pig. We're going to pump it up with the stag, probably. And then we have these really big ranged characters in the front row as well. A 6/7 ranged character is pretty nice. Though my opponent is the Mask. They must be the Mask, and they are Wonder Waddle, who got a Polywoggle. No. I don't know what they did, but this is crazy powerful. They are Skip. Yeah. They must be the Mask, because they cast the Dream spell. But that's a lot of power on the board. They were able to take out my Prized Pig there with that upgraded Friendly Spirit. Don't know exactly how they got that, but whatever. Not my concern at this point. Let's pick up our tier 3 treasure. Could be Fancy Pants. Could be Power Orb. I'll just go for Fancy Pants here. That's fine. We could go for the Wretched Mummy right now while we are... well, we have the Fancy Pants active, and then we could lock onto Sherwood Sure Shot. The awkward thing here is roll the die is not really great for us, unless we like roll the die and then resell off the tiny or skip on the treasure to buy the Wretched Mummy. None of those things seem particularly impressive to me, though. Now I might do something like this. Kind of awkward, regardless of how you split it here. Let's just grab the Mummy and not lock going into 4.0. Think that Fancy Pants could still get us something going into 4.0. It doesn't look like we will be mages in the Crystal Ball capacity, but we could still be mages in the Monster Book capacity. That's always still really strong. Really similar boards here for myself and my opponent. Both double sure-shotted, supporting a stag, and then a mummy as well to boot. So really similar boards there. That's kind of funny when that works out like that. Greedy is good with Fancy Pants and with Lady of the Lake, and so thus with White Stag. I'm just trying to think of where I want the Fancy Pants. Do I want them on the Greedy or do I want them on the Lady of the Lake? Ultimately, I think I'm going to put them on the Lady here. No, I meant the Greedy. I said the wrong thing. Yeah, let's put them on the Greedy. Then let's buy a Lady. And then let's roll. Okay, I like Friendly Spirit. I also like the Four Glory. And I like the triple of the pair of the White Stag. So, is there any way to buy anything relevant for this turn? I could sell 2 things to buy a stag. 2 things would have to be like the Sure Shot pair, which honestly seems fine. And then maybe I don't lock. Let's just do this and Four Glory to finish off. Still some good tier 4 characters. Oh, you know what? I should lock because Fancy Pants on the Friendly Spirit is really rather good. So I do like that. We get some bonus cash onto the Greedy for my opponent's Falling Stars, though That's going to take it out. That is a little bit annoying, but I think our back line is still more than big enough to get the win and survive with Prized Pig and the For a Glory. So that's pretty good econ there. Let's grab this. Let's flip this into that position now. I'm not super excited about the Hungry Hippo. Yeah, I think there's just better things that we can find, give us a little bit more synergy, pair off some of the things that we're already working with here. I like this. Probably sell off the Hungry Hippocampus and the Prized Pig and the Wretched Mummy. Probably want to sell off all three so that way I can buy Greedy plus Lady plus Earthquake, hang on to all of my pairs. We're pair gaming at this point. Let's grab the Earthquake here, just because I think it's free to cast. Haven't found any monster books yet, but we're making a bunch of extra cash, and that's never bad. There's some incentive to, like, I don't know, just try to move some things around so that way Stag is pumping up Lady of the Lake. There's no great way to do it because Stag has to pump up Good Witch or we're just wasting the Good Witch. Maybe this is fine though. It's still a bunch of stats on Friendly Spirit and White Stag, which can probably carry us through this combat. We'll see though. And is this 4.2 right now? No, this is 4.1. So we are going to have one more crack at finding level 4 characters with a little more regularity here. We are going to be absolutely huge. We're going to beat this grandmother senseless and grab some nice gold to boot. We're also going to give them some gold for their troubles. And let's make a huge Greedy. Why not? Okay, huge Greedy, double pants on the Greedy. Don't hate Krampus's sleigh. Especially if we lose and then have it against the Horde Dragon. 6 turns ago. Yeah, it'd be really cool to like float the Krampus's sleigh or like intentionally lose here or something. Certainly not worth intentionally losing, actually. But it's somewhat funny to at least think about. We'll triple the Stag, we'll grab Crystal Ball, and then we are going to wind up doing kind of an interesting Sphinx Ball maneuver. Could go for Monster Book here. That's really not terrible. And then we look for Aeon on future turns. We grab the Monster Book and the Hermes Magic Beans to finish off. Or we just look for like one more Mage. Nah, I'll just do this. Maybe it means that we accidentally win, but we're no longer hurting for direction. Krampus's sleigh to steal a treasure from Horde Dragon is looking for direction, right? But we don't need that now that we've found Crystal Ball and we're playing the Sphinx. I think that we can make our own direction here. We don't have to steal somebody else's. We could steal a treasure map though and maybe get some additional direction. Doesn't hurt to have additional direction, you know? Greedy's going to give us a bunch of extra gold here, and I do believe we are going to be stealing that treasure map plus a bunch of extra gold, and I will easily definitely take a tier 6 treasure here if we can just find the okay, well, it's not going to come down to that. We're going to pick up Lancelot. We're going to basically immediately be able to activate Lancelot here, as you will see. Let's grab this. This only actually costs us 1 coin. Don't want that. Burning Palm's going to go on Aeon. Shard. Could throw it on the Stag. We could throw it on any of these other things. Let's just throw it on this because maybe we get Monster Book. That'll go on Aeon. This will go on Aeon as well. Okay, we can throw that here because if we find the True Love's Kiss, that's quite good. I will grab the tier 6 treasure. It also gives us the... I guess we could have had the tier 7 treasure, but Ninth Book of Merlin is more than good enough. I'm more than happy with that. And then... how I don't know, we could do something like this even. I mean, it feels like I should be playing this Shoulder Fairies, right? Probably should be. Okay, let's do that, and then I'll just cast this. Sure, why not? Good Boy? I don't think I need Good Boy here. We do want to add some more mages onto this board. And maybe the Lancelot treasure can help us add some mages, but the important thing right now is that we are Aeon Sphinx balling. We could have stolen Merlin's Hat or Forking Rod from Horde Dragon, though they didn't actually have anything super great for us, so I don't care about any of that. Staff of the Old Toad is actually maybe actively bad. I have to think about that. I'm gonna skip. We've got like True Love's Kiss slash Mix-a-Wizzle targets here, so that is their usefulness. But I'm not actually super interested in too many of these things here. Try to put as much stats onto Aeon as possible. I don't know. We'll throw the Lancelot over here, maybe in the front. It's still pretty good, isn't it? I want to get this book in there, though, too. Let's grab some mages. That is why we did not... Well, I'll grab Cindy here, too. Okay, that grabs the Fancy Pants. That's a little awkward. Then I guess I'm just going to finish off the turn with a Roll the Die. Not super impressive, but we've banked a lot of coin for next turn and potentially allowed ourselves to build into Tier 2 treasures, which are actually good with Hat Ball shenanigans. So where did we leave off? This is a pretty crazy game, actually somewhat rivaling the April Fool's game, though in that game we were Horde Dragon, and in this game we've already used our treasure map, so not going to have as huge of a upside, but definitely still potential to do some craziness here going on. We're grabbing some extra gold off of Greedy, which is obviously fantastic, and then White Stag, yeah, we're going to wind up losing this combat. Okay, a lot of mages in this lobby too as we battle off against the Merlin here, and then I do really want this Wizard's Familiar, so let's pick that up. That is going to be our third mage. I'll pick up Golden Chicken, potentially toss the Fancy Pants for a relevant treasure. Don't find one, though. 5.2, so might as well just cast every spell. Aeon was not able to slay there, but still think that is pretty good. Wow, we get the Hercules. That is fantastic. We are also going to be able to activate Cindy here. If we can turn that into Runestones or Noble Steed, it's pretty good. Not going to get there, though. So, could take the Secret Stash. This skip did kind of pop off, and they are 4-streaking, but we're at 25. So, I really don't see a need for that. Could have picked up the Golden Chicken. Definitely want this. Guess I'll play this here and then finish off the turn with a Candy Cannon. Kind of a crazy Hercules. That's going to activate in 2, and then we're looking for Pandora's Box, Mimic Chest, or Wand of Weirding. 3 really, really strong Tier 6 treasures. That Slay is super, super annoying. We are still most likely going to activate Hercules here, which is hopefully good enough to allow me to win the rest of this lobby, but really unfortunate for this individual turn. Shrivel actually kind of insane there. We are now only going to take 7, so we wind up at 18 going into 6.0. Not too shabby, and our Tier 6 treasure options are Mimic Chest. Mimic Chest. That is our only option here. Going to grab this Aeon. I guess we sell... Actually, the Cindy's fine. Yeah, let's sell this off. Might wind up flipping this or something later. Potentially do something like this. For now, this is good enough. No sense in dreaming. Okay. Big spells here. Big spells here. Evil Twin, getting all future Evil Twins to be free. Kind of cool. The thing is, I don't want to replace any of my treasures, so I have to think about how I want to do this. Let's get a good Aeon first off the bat, and then we're going to skip this. How much does that give me? Yeah, we can get pretty dang close here. Let's just sell out. Missold a little bit. It doesn't really matter. Oh, let's make another Hercules, just because, like, why not? Yeah, I can't think of a reason not to make another Hercules, even though I'm not replacing any of these treasures. So maybe it's just a mistake. Hercules not even going to make that much forward progress here, which is a little bit awkward, but with the 9th book Mimic Chest, I think we're still going to be just fine here. This is still going to go okay for us, and going to be tough to beat. Like, I want the Pandora's box because then we can Exodia, but we're doing okay with the other things that we got going on here regardless. Maybe I wanted to give this plus 10 attack. I don't even know if I'm replacing Crystal Ball here ever. It's way too good to replace, I think. Yeah, I'm not replacing Crystal Ball. And then we get a free this. No, I want to make sure all my spells are free. So let's keep casting them here. I'd have to sell off 2 things in order to pick up this Scion of the Storm, but it might still be worth it to do. Sell off Angry... Excuse me. Sell off Angry and Hercules. That's a lot more stats. All right. Sorry, Hercules. You were a mistake. I'm keeping the treasures that I have. And then I will frontline this. And the reason that I do that is that gives my Aeon the most chances to attack. I do have to replace this Hercules, and then I have to find 2 other mages. So 2 other mages. Hercules, I'm planning on Mix-a-Whizzling, Sharding, True Love's Kissing, one of those cards. And then I'll need to find, hopefully, like, ideally 1 more Spellweaver. Basically, all of my spells are free at this point. I really don't even need to slay with Aeon at this point because I've hard cast almost every spell, save like Knighthood or something, which is still going to be expensive regardless. But most other things I've cast at this point, which means that we should start to see some free, really big Hapal turns coming up in just a moment. That is a Pigomorph for the win. That's pretty nice. And I guess I wouldn't mind another Aeon too in the back line, just because then... Okay, well, ask and you shall receive. Oh, and the Spellweaver. Okay, well, we're going to grab both of these. We're going to drink me. And then we could throw the Scion into a Croc. That's one of the few spells we haven't cast yet. We've not actually purchased a Pigomorph, but it's free because we cast it off of our books and such. Let's grab this first. Then let's... I don't know if the order of all of this stuff matters. That we definitely want to do first. Let's flip this. Pumpkin, actually pretty cool. Could flip Aeon or flip Lady of the Lake. Don't think so, though. Let's just roll with it. At some point, I'm replacing the Wizard's Familiar, but not yet. Wow. 3 Drink Me potions in 1 turn, and a triple of Aeon as well. I think that was a missequence, by the way, but we're not going to get too bent out of shape about that one. A 4th Drink Me potion, craziness. We can cast some more spells here. Do I have a monster? I do. Don't get to cast the Merlin's Test, but that was still a ton of spells in 1 turn. Will it be enough to beat Double Good Boy, Empress P, Echowood? I think so. I think so. Especially with this attacking order and the fact that we've got Mimic Chest, 9th Book of Merlin. I think we're going to be able to find the scams here, but Let's find out. We actually have enough stats on all of our characters to take out that Echo Wood, but instead we'll take it out with a Pigomorph there to kill off the Fallen Angel, and now we are in the finals. Not going to go for this Pigomorph just yet. Let's cast this, then a Drink Me. Sure, let's just cast some spells here. We could go for the Croc Bait on the Scion of the Storm now. Could also put it on the Pumpkin, and then even like frontline the Pumpkin or something, but so many of my characters are getting good, I'm not going to worry about it. Let's pick up this, feed it to the Kraken. Oh, that's right, we have a Mimic-chested ball as well that I have really not made use of too much. Could triple the Spellweaver, then put the Pumpkin in. That's way too many stats on the Spellweaver. I just don't need it. Okay, I'll make another one. I gotta cast some spells here, baby. Let's cast. Let's cast. Running out of time. Alright, I am just going to finish off with that Pigomorph because I'm basically out of time here. Then I'll roll, see if I can pick up another Aeon. Don't care about True Love's Kiss. Alright, just wind up losing our remaining gold there, but I think it's totally fine. We do have to worry about this Pumpkin in my opponent's backline. That could definitely scam us. And our backline is super fragile. 5 health, 5 health, 3 health. So once my opponent battles through this front line, or if they are able to like find some monster books or something, there is definite potential here, but it looks like we are going to be okay. Cupid is going to get through our front line though, so that could be a little bit scary. Oh no, it doesn't, because Cupid kills what it attacks into. So they're actually not going to be able to get in through our front line, and we'll hit them for 8 down to 8, which is very, very promising. I will pick up another Pigomorph, just not right this second. Do I want another Scion of the Storm? It's probably worth it. But I'm not going to go for that, though. Alright, another Aeon. So we just make a ridiculous amount of free Aeons here. No, I've got no use for those things. I've got really no use for anything. Could Knighthood the Scion of the Storm. That is not terrible. But I don't care. You know what? I should be splitting up my stats rather than putting a bunch more stats on the Scion of the Storm, because it's already got enough health. Let's flip that up. And one more spell here. Green Knight, don't care, Candy Cannon. Sure, okay. Should be enough. We'll see if my opponent has added any additional scams here. Doesn't look like it though. They've got a Chupacabra that is going to get a Slay, but we've dealt with their Jormungand, and now we're going to deal with the rest of their board here. Just Pumpkin. Pumpkin could still pull it out if they are able to scam my Scion and then trade with my backline things, but the Medusa is in my opponent's not last attacking position. It is actually going to take out the Scion here, and then we are just 3 ranged characters to their effectively 2. Or it's 3 to 3, but we had first attack. We had more ranged characters than them, and then our characters also cast 2 spells when they die. So really, really good game. Good way to start off the season, I think, with a pretty fantastic win, and hopefully it makes up for the fact that I did not get to show off that video on Saturday, or that game on Saturday rather, but this was a good one. Really nice way to kick off the season, and for today, that's going to be it for me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'm No Lux Given. Peace.